Welcome back, all tankers of Blitz Universe, to the full bells and whistles review on the Type 61 medium Origami with a sting. Bit of a paper tank really, as I have noticed already on the TikTok Kolovanov video and the other TikTok Supremacy nail biter, where we just snatched a victory from the jaws of defeat. And this is, like I said, full bells and whistles, so that means a bit of historical rambling about the tank, about the real tank, the Type 61. Some rambling on armor thickness, statistics, gun, etc, etc. And, well, without giving anything away, this tank is mostly a chassis with tracks and a turret on top with a good gun. And that basically sums up the review. It hasn't got a lot going for it, in my opinion, except for the gun, which is good. As you can see, we bounced a shot on the Sand 7-1, but the game that is shown here on Oasis Palms is pretty much how you should play the Type 61. Slightly from the back, don't be in the front line too much, as you can see, because we are already down to 631 hit points. But we had to get some spots in. Bouncing another shot on the Sand 7-1. We had to get some spots in, and that might be the second thing going for this tank. We will take a look at it later in the statistics in more detail, and that is the view range, because this one has, with the top turret, the best stock view range in tier 9 of all the medium tanks. And if you enhance it with optics, with binocs, with a camera net, etc., this becomes a sniper tank. Like I said, the gun pretty accurate. And that will be shown too, of course, in the statistics area. But it is a tank that has to be treated with care, with a gentle touch. It's not a tank that you should drive as your first line in Blitz. No. If you're thinking about this one as the first line in Blitz, please, ladies and gentlemen, think again. This is a hard tank. It requires map awareness. It requires that you know all the hold down spots. It requires that you know, okay, I'm cresting this ridge with tanks in this and that spot, etc. And if I'm driving like this, can I then poke over and shoot? Yes, you can. And you can see I'm already covered from the Sand 7 Mark 1. That was not a way of moving in by me. With a bit of luck, yeah, of course there's a bit of luck, because an enemy has to be in a position where you can be successful. But you could see I was taking a look at the sand, then I was moving in on the AMX, again checking my angles in relationship to those rocks, so I could get cover from those sand shells flying my way. Sand shells, APCR, obviously danger, but we're gonna take a look at the bits in Armor Inspector later as well, because Sand 7 Mark 1, FE Death Star, etc. Anything shooting HE or hash can have a field day when you face a Type 61. So to sum it up, for those of you who want to watch under 4 minutes of video in a review, hold down is what you have to do. You have to keep a bit of distance, you have to get the gun singing, you don't have any armor. Treat it gently and you might get rewarded with some nice gameplay, but this is a hard tank. For those of you who want to watch some more gameplay and some historical rambling onwards and upwards, let's go. The Japanese army was re-equipped with the EZ-8 Sherman and the M24 Chevy after World War II. And when those became obsolete, they decided to use the M41A1, the Walker Bulldog light tanks. And when those became obsolete, they had the opportunity to buy the M47 pattern. But the biggest problem was that those tanks were a bit too big for the average Japanese tanker, so they decided to get some prototypes ready with the whopping names STA 1, 2, 3 and 4. And basically the STA-4 became pretty much the Type 61 101. As you can see, fairly conventional design, 90mm gun, fairly light armor because of requirements made. Japan didn't really want to go out into an all-out war, and the terrain in Japan is rugged, a lot of mountains, so they needed a chassis as light as possible, and the maximum gun used was a 90mm because that was the biggest shell a Japanese tanker could handle. So again, using Tank Compare on blitzstars.com, here we have the 61 versus the two American tanks, the Sand 7 Mark 1, the PT-80, the E50 and the T-54. All the equipment and provisions are turned off and giving you the raw numbers in terms of DPM penetration, etc, etc. And this also shows that the 61 isn't really a DPM king. It falls behind by a lot of the tanks. The Sand is the worst. 54E1 is also not very high in terms of DPM, but that one has a bit of burst damage. What is good on the tank is the fact that you have a fairly high penetration value, just about the best, only 10mm less than the Mark 7 Mark 1, the Mark 7 1 and the PTA, and far better than that powerhouse that is a T54. You also have 350 alpha, which saves you quite a bit because you do a bit more in terms of damage than the 54, but all the other statistics on the 54 are slightly better. Nevertheless, you can see this statistics over here, these stats. Shell velocity means that the APCR shots travel quite quick, making this tank and the Mark 1 and the PTA very much sniping tanks. And that's also helped by the fact that you have a fairly accurate gun. You can see again the Sand, the PTA and the laser beam on the E50 are better. And even the T54 has slightly better dispersion, but the gun is it's pretty good. 10 degrees of gunner pressure, nice elevation. That is, as we've noted already in a few of the games, a bit of an issue. Mobility in the middle of the pack again, so it's not a really exciting tank in terms of statistics, and you have to work hard to get it to get the job done. Biggest problem will be, as you can see here, your armor. 55, 35, 25, 70 on the turret front, 60, 35 on the back. Yeah, it's all green. It's all green on the red side. A lot of people do it way better. Only the PTA that has worse on the front of the turret, but that one at least has a bit of a gun mantlet, whereas the Type 61 hasn't. We're gonna show that in the next few minutes as we take a look at Armor Inspector. Also, not a lot of players drive this tank. You can see it's the lowest of the pack. T54 by far the most, PTA a lot more players who drive it. And this is over the last 90 days, not on total on server. But win rate, well, fairly decent. Average damage, pretty good. So yes, it is a tank that can be made to work. And for it to work, you have to keep one thing in mind. This is the thing that will save you the gun. You do have heat for premium ammo, APCR standard. The Americans both get APCR. This one gets hash, obviously heat, APCR and heat. And then again you can see you have the best in class in terms of heat penetration. So that's basically your main weapon and the only really good thing about the tank, and that is the gun plus the obvious heat penetration being the best in class, on par with the PTA. The nerve hammer that hit these tanks in update 3.6 slightly past the Type 61, but then again that armor, it's not not very good. So let's take a look at it in Armor Inspector from a view of a few different tanks that will engage a Type 61. Onwards and upwards, Armor Inspector. And as you can see, we are using the web application on www.armorinspector.com, and there you can have the confrontation mode, a tank shooting a Type 61. Obviously all the green bits, these are penetrable by the tank shooting at the moment, and that's what you can see. That's the main problem of the Type 61, as we've noted already in the statistics department. It hasn't got a lot of armor, so this is slightly worrying, because you can see it will pan, it will pan, it will pan, it will pan on the gun, it will pan on the cupola on top, on the left side, top of the turret, hull, whatever side of the hull, no problems, back, etc, etc. For those of you who have been paying close attention, you can see what tank is shooting at the moment, and yes, that is a Tier 4 German medium tank, the Panzer 4D. It has a Top Gun installed at the moment. You can see it, 7.5 cm Kampfwagenkanone 40L43. But it's slightly worrying to see that tanks like the Panzer 4D can shoot a Type 61 and pan it all day long. So if you take a look at the Panther again, it will yeah, you just won't get any bounces. The only thing you might get bounces, this is the Panther 2 as said, the only way you will get bounces if you use the full gun depression, which is 10 degrees as we've noted in this test department. Aim over the side of the gun and then hide this bit of the tank behind cover. Preferably you'd try to do it like this, because obviously if you shoot like this then you will also hide that cupola. And you can see if you aim on the center, just on the inside of your tracks, just above the track, that should give you like this, that should give you the possibility to create and fabricate some bounces on the top plate. The top of the turret then becomes impenetrable. You might get some bounces on the sides of your turret, on the mantlet, on the front plate. These tracks won't hurt. Tracks over here are vulnerable, so take that into account. And let's see how it looks if we take up a tier 9 medium PTA. Yeah, a bit more penetrating power, so goes through a bit easier. But like I said, that top plate does become an auto bounce angle if you keep it like this, but that's the only thing you get an auto bounce on, because you can see it over here as we wiggle the tank around a bit. Let's zoom it in more. If you do it like this, you can see once you don't have full gun depression anymore, or move it slightly to the left and right, there are areas that become penetrable by tanks. And this is only this is only standard ammo. Only standard ammo. It is APCR on a PTA, obviously, but as we've shown on the Panther 2, that's AP. It will go straight through. Tier 9 also has a few other tanks which are good tanks. Let's no, I don't want this one, I want that one, UK. The SANT Mark 1, 7 Mark 1, very good penetration values on its APCR, but let's take a look at the hash. White will pen. You can see it, minimal damage 330. It will pen every single time, and really every single time it will go through. There's nothing you can do about that, sadly, but yeah, it is a weak tank in the armor department, and it becomes even worse if you take a look at tier 10. And if we then take a tank destroyer, and you all know what I'm going to do right now, get a hash round, top hash on the Death Star into the side of a Type 61, minimal damage 975, and you know that this hash top damage 1625. You can do the math on it. You have just about 25 hit points more. If they shoot you in the back, like here, then you will have big problems. And why is that? And we're going to do these bits last. This is the armor model. But let's take a look at the modules in the tank. It was not provided by Wargaming. Why wasn't that provided by Wargaming? Are we then still on PC version? No, we're on Blitz. That's funny. So it's not provided by Wargaming on the web app. Actually, I think it was in the Play Store app. That said, there's a very big engine over here, and there's a fairly big ammo rack in the back of your turret. So a hash round from an FV 215B 183 AK Death Star in the back, it will probably go through, set you on fire, and if it does a full roll or even higher, 1625 maximum damage, you need automatic fire extinguishers to survive. But better still, try not to get hit in this tank, because yeah, it is a very weakly armored tank. Download this, yeah, let's take a look, and then it looks like this. Hello, Type 61. You don't have a lot of armor, but let's take you into battle, matey. So with all that theoretical knowledge coming into play, how do you play then the Type 61? We have 3 games for you, one on CANAL as you can see here. The second one will be on COPPERFIELD, the tier 9 match, and we end off with a tier 10 supremacy game on Dead Drill. Yeah, Dead Drill. Make no mistake, this tank can perform in tier 10 matches, and it can perform in in supremacy matches on account of the view range, and I'm going to show you just how that works on that rail. But like I said, you have to be careful. There's only one tank spotted at IS-7. There is a AMX 5120 in autoloader. He can do quite a bit of the burst damage to me, to any tank really, but yeah, most of the shots you will that will be fired on you will penetrate. We are speculating that AMX hasn't moved, so putting another shot into him, hopefully. The Reds are moving up on the right side over here, as you can see. He's trying to poke out. Hello AMX, hello IS-7, you are behind the hill, that's fine. Then we can move in. And you can see this is what the tank was designed for in real life. Driving around those hills, hugging the edges. It's not a very fast vehicle, as you can see. But once you pick up speed, it's very, very good. You have a nice HE roll, and the grill is the one I would want to take out. A bit more than the STB1, really. And I'm constantly keeping an eye out on the mini-map. And I could notice that 140 going in. I have no idea why he went in, because he managed to roll in into the back. We have two heavies at the back that are spotting. I think I just blocked a shot from that FV, because he was slightly negative towards me. But we get one kill with no damage done in return to us, so that's good. Bouncing a shot on, penetrating a shot on the IS-7. The grill is going out very quick, and here you can see the accuracy of the gun. Quick shot, that one goes in. 5120 out, enemy knocked out. Quick shot on the leopard because he is very low health, and that gives us 3 kills already. We do get a bounce. And I think that was either from the 95 or from that IS-7, and that is what I meant with that armor inspector thing. If you keep the tank at an angle and you go back and forth, left and right, wiggle around a bit, you might get a few shots, catch some on the front plate, catch some on the gun mantlet, especially if someone has to shoot at you when you're behind bushes. They probably just aim center mass, and when you aim center mass you hit that front plate or the gun mantlet. Some things you shouldn't do, but what I really wanted to get out this tank, the STB1, is go out in front of a lot of guns. That's a bad idea with a lot of tanks, but when there's a 95 and a grill and an IS-7 look in, even worse. So that said, I was trying to hunt Resenia medals. Lovely grill, 56 HE roll on the Type T95. But I was on a res hunt, and we are not going to get it on this game. But we do get 4 kills already, and that is fun in my opinion. So we are here again. The FV is mad at the E100, and the E100 is asking why, and he's going to say, well, I'm still alive. Yeah, that's is one way of playing the game, I guess. 95 has binocs, obviously, because the grill couldn't spot me. I have a better view range than the IS-7, so he could not spot me. That has to be the 95 still there. But there's an IS-7 on offer, and I'm getting a bit greedy, and I'm thinking I have 4 kills, and I have 3 of them are higher tier, so we put 1 shot into him, and I should have moved further forward, but we let the reticle shrink down, we kill the IS-7, and we get whacked. We bail out, we get whacked by the 95 straight away. So that's not a way to play the Type 61 from the moment that when I engaged that, when I started engaging the STB. But the first bits, that was pretty much how you need to play the Type 61. Be that annoying little bug flying around the enemy's head, be that annoying little tank that is on the left and then on the right and popping over ridges and shooting and just generally being a pain in the beep of them. So you keep picking them off for 350 average alpha with APCR, with heat, etc. We do 3k damage at first class at Top Gun, a Nichols medal, which is a hard one to get in a +1 -1 matchmaking. I have 10 of those in total on the press account and on my main account. And that's the reason why I really try to take out that IS-7 and the STB1. Not a big credit done, as you can see. Here's the XP done, and yeah, let's roll on towards the next game. Copperfield, a tier 9 match, as you can see from the lineup, and this is a supremacy match, and we nearly scraped through at this one, and you can see what I'm doing here. I'm being a bit wary of what's happening because the team is either not moving or going towards A, and there is one tank, a red tank spotted at A. That's the PTA, good view range as well. Quick medium, they are capturing B. That's not good, so let's go Camp Bush. You can be very proud of me, Kaza. Camp Bush. Hoping to spot any tanks that go into B and help B. Our IS-8 is going in there as well, using the view range, trying to hope I might be able to shoot the Leopard on top of the turret. But no cigar, no tanks available, so let's go on towards Cap C. We can shoot this IS-8, but that one bounced, but you can see again the accuracy and the quick muzzle velocity, shell velocity of the gun. That allowed me to shoot that IS-8, and it allows me to shoot that T-54 as well. Unfortunately I bounced on the front plate. IS-8 shoots into the ground because we drive IS-3, because we drive back quick enough. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm simply guarding base C. I'm not in the mood to go in there with a 54 with better DPM than me. And with an IS-3, can we shoot a Leopard? No, that's not on offer. IS-8 not on offer. Where's the IS-3? He's gone. Still looking, not panicking, because I know there's a 54 in here. There's an IS-3, and once one of them is spotted, there's the other one. Oh, that's fortunate. IS-3 misses. 54 moving in on my back. So now we have to brawl a bit, and yeah, like I said, if you get this tank up to speed, it's fairly quick, but it's a paper tank, so there's IS-3 bumps into us. We take cover behind him. He knocks about 200 points off of us, almost 300 for just bumping into us. And we can shoot this 54 now. And this is where some game knowledge, minimap watching, etc. comes in as well, because we will lose against a 54 on adrenaline and using HE maybe even. He's shooting us, we track him into place for no damage. Rah. Leopard, shoot him please. He doesn't, we can shoot him and we can just about dodge the ram kill. We make him bump into us and use his mass and velocity and then turn around. And we scrape through it, 44 hit points. Quick shot into the Leopard PTA at the back, he gets tracked, that's good. Using the building for cover, again, map knowledge. Hello, IS-8, shooting you, 31 left on you, that's good. Side scraping out, it wouldn't really help us, but yeah, if I make the target as small as possible, that might help. And we get this cheeky kill on the IS-8. Thank you very much. We didn't panic, we are winning this one very comfortably, 6-on-1 as you can see, from about, what was it, 200 points down? Well, fairly good gameplay. There's our predecessor SCA1, nice engine fire on him, using adrenaline again, and we managed to get another cheeky kill for 27 hit points. And that will give us a, what was it again, first class? First class medal, I think, and at least a high caliber. So yeah, this could have been a mastery, I think, if that kill on the IS-8 and on the SCA1 weren't those cheeky little kills for 83 and 27. Pershing well done, 2 kills for a whopping 800 damage. But as you can see here, pretty good in terms of damage, and as long as you do good damage, you can make a bit of credit in the Type 61. Decent accuracy, 70 shots fired, 16 hits, 14 penetrations, almost on upwards. We are on dead rail, tier 10 game, and again it is supremacy. I found a, well, fairly useful spot to spot. Spotty spot, and that's this one, because if you go in here and let binocs kick in, or maybe just optics, you can spot tanks going in over here. I'm waiting, and I'm thinking one of the mediums or one of the heavies might go in there because it's supremacy and capture B. They do. He also spots us. So yeah, rolling back, trying to let camo reset, and I'm a bit impatient because I get whacked from the left by a big gun, and that's might be the Death Star, might be the grill. Judging from the number of damage done, it is probably the grill. Death Star would have done more on me, I think, and there it is, Death Star spotted. They are still capturing B, that means the Leopard is still in there, our T-62 is down, and all I want to do now is use gut depression and spot red tanks. Hello Leopard. Can shoot you once into your tracks, reset the cap, that's good. I haven't spotted as an M103 spotted, I have 7 spotted, and I'm basically in a fairly useful position now. Because from this point you can see, if you take a look at the minimap on the top left, you can see how I am tucked in between all of my team at the moment. We have an E100 behind cap A spotting and shooting and sniping. There is an SD1 at the lower part of cap A, 2 heavy tanks. We have 2 tank destroyers at the back, and I'm pretty much in the middle, just using my view range, using the mobility of the tank to go back and forth and keep tanks spotted. You can see the rock, I'm held down behind this one. There's a Conqueror moving in. Where is it? Hello, Conqueror. Can I shoot the FV? No, I can shoot the Conqueror. Ooh, there's another grill as well. Yeah, and I don't want to engage now. But if I stay here and poke in and out, I keep them spotted, and they are hungry. They want to kill me because they see it's a Type 61 or fairly low health, and that is 60 hit points, victory points gone. But as long as I can stay here, I keep them spotted, and hopefully my teammates can shoot them. I can't shoot the grill now, but I can see the Conqueror moving in. Yes, so rolling back. Lower front plate. Thank you very much. You are a one-shot now to me. That's good. T62 is there. He is very much a one-shot for anyone on the field. Even HE rolls from the grill would do. This one goes through. And like on the other match, we are we are a cap down. And oh, this is lucky. This is lucky. Yeah, I think he tried to hash me, but that hash got eaten by the big boxes in front. Yeah, without luck, nobody will do well in Blitz. This was my lucky moment. Thank you, RNGesus. But we can capture B now and proximity spot that grill, as you can see here. Ding dong, I'm spotted too. He can't move now because he has to have a full HE roll on me, and he's a 2-shot for me. I would probably be able to catch him on the reload, so I'm just keeping him spotted. Then moving back into cover, hold down behind this dead leopard, shoot him once, thank you. He's in view of everybody, and he gets shot now within a few seconds by the grill on our team. I have a cheeky shot on offer on this M103, thank you very much. There's the grill taking up the grill. The grill gets grilled by the grill. And holy grill. Excellent move by Monty Python. And at least just the IS-7 to clean up. We're going to win this game, as you can see. That's A captured, that's B captured. Finally, our heavies are moving. Thank you very much, lads, for sniping. That would have been my job. But if you want to snipe in an E100 or in an STI with your very good armor profile, I'm not holding that against you. Some people can play the game just a bit better or with a bit of tactical understanding. And that's good. I'm happy to oblige to bite the bullet and to charge in on an IS-7. And shoot him through the lower glasses plate, and then juke left behind the building. Because yeah, he might be able to shoot me, I might be able to shoot him, but why risk an engine fire, an ammo rack or whatever when you can see there's a Death Star moving in, he finishes off. And this game, yeah, like you probably would have guessed it, I'm trying to incorporate mastery games, ace games in all the reviews I do, and this is our ace game in the Type 61. Scout medal, Confederate medal, mastery, 3.3k damage, not a lot. But if you take a look at the detailed screen, which is here, you can see 2.5k spotting damage, and a lot of that was done on tier 10 tanks. You can see it on the grill, on the M103, on the Death Star, on the Conqueror, a lot of spotting damage, and that secured our mastery game. So that leaves just at Cent 701 to cover in a review, and then we have all the tier 9 mediums done, so that one will be here soon as well. Thank you all for all the support, almost an episode 3k of subscribers. Cheers lads, happy tanking.